Well, Jake, thanks again for joining us, sir. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Cam, for having me tonight.
You bet. So we've been following this story for the past couple of work days anyway, what's going on with Citibank, Home Depot, and a Warren Scope Mounts company out of Oregon. Just a little bit of background. The company applied for line of credit with Home Depot, initially was approved, then they were rejected the next day. Turns out the explanation they got was, well, it's because of the industry that you're in. And now we find out it's not really Home Depot that is to blame for this. It's the company that provides the credit for Home Depot customers. That's Citibank. And Jake, we've seen some problems with Citibank in the past and in the gun industry.
Yes, in the past, actually, back in I guess 2 years ago now. There's a situation with Citibank, and they're declining of any firearms transactions that were non-face-to-face. As you know, you can do a non-face-to-face transaction through the internet or through various sites, and as long as it clears through an FFL and you do the background check. They were obviously ignorant to the regulations and the federal regulations, and started to decline transactions for merchants that were involved with online sales. So that goes back all the way to 2007 and even 2008, where they were continuing to do this, and that was Citibank or Citi, depending on what branch of it. Mm-hmm. And they, it seems like the anti-gun policy hasn't, disappeared. I mean, this is a situation that we heard of just last week, where you got a scope manufacturer that is applying for a line of credit at Home Depot to purchase materials not for their business, not to make scopes, but for other activities or for other business opportunities.
Right.
And Home Depot okays it. It seems to be approved. Yet the next day after it, I'm sure it goes through the proper channels at Citibank and Citi. It comes back as being being denied because of the industry they're associated with.
Yeah. All right. So what have we found out about this? Because I mean, in the past couple of years, as you say, we've seen this kind of pop up. NRA ILA had to deal with Citibank a couple of years ago. We talked last week with Rich Grassi from the Tactical Wire, who's been working on this. And the last time we talked, it looked like this may have been a coding issue. Is that still what we're thinking, or is this a little bit deeper than that?
We're doing some further investigation, as a trade association for companies like this that work in the industry. We need to be sure that it is not, we're hearing various things, like you said, whether it was a coding issue or, they were put into the wrong industry. But, we know going back to when everyone battled with Citibank before, that they threw the firearms industry, into, I guess you could say unsavory industries. It includes the check cashing places and pawn shops, and even the porn industry is they threw the firearms industry in with those other three. So even if it is a coding issue where this was miscoded, do they still have that policy where they include the firearms industry, which based upon the letters that Rich Grassi received, are we still included in that, in those classifications? And if we are, can we find a way to have Citibank take a step back and say, wait, maybe we shouldn't be classifying you guys in this? I mean, with the economy the way it is, I mean, we all know Citibank received government funds. You would think they would want a prospering industry like the firearms industry the past 2 years. They'd be willing to extend credit, but I guess they just like taxpayer money to bail them out.
Yeah, well, I guess so. And, you mentioned the fact that Citi, took this taxpayer money. Now, obviously, their problems go back to before the bailout. Do we see this? Is this common? Is this really rare, Jake, that we see, firearms-related industries, firearms-related businesses? I mean, I don't want to use the word discrimination, but singled out, let's say?
Well, the problem you run into is nowadays, there's too many. I don't need to tell you, there's too many lawyers out there, and too many general counsels that of course, don't want to get involved in various industries, and they think the firearms industry, the first thing they think about is being somehow liable for something that takes place. Now, are these overzealous general counsels at Citibank saying, let's just not get involved or do this? I don't know. I mean, that's going to take a little bit more further investigation on our part to get inside Citibank and say, what's going on with this? Why would you be concerned with an industry that's federally regulated and has an agency in Washington D.C. focused on overseeing transactions throughout the U.S.
Absolutely. Well, Jake, again, appreciate you coming on the program, and let us know if you get any updates, will you?
Well, I appreciate it. That's we're in the process of looking into this even further. I mean, unfortunately, this keeps popping its head up. I mean, we thought we were done with it before, but Citibank never changed its policy, and it rears its ugly head again now.
All right, Jake McGuigan with the National Shooting Sports Foundation. Thanks again for your time, Jake. Talk to you again soon.
Thank you.